Few video game franchises have had as much impact on pop culture as Gears of War. With its gritty aesthetic, cinematic storytelling, and relentless action, Gears of War defined the era of third-person shooters and seared itself into gamers' hearts. At its core is the Lancer assault rifle, a weapon whose presence resonates as an icon within the series and the gaming landscape. The Lancer, with its chainsaw bayonet, broke weapon design conventions and stands as a symbol of ingenuity and brutality. Its legacy endures through gaming communities, merchandise, and pop culture, showing how one weapon can capture a game's soul. The Lancer's story began with the Mark I assault rifle, later dubbed the Retro Lancer, which served as the backbone of the coalition of ordered government's army during the Pendulum Wars era. The Mark I's reputation for reliability and stopping power was legendary, able to halt a truck or bring down a UIR Chimera attack helicopter, according to Corporal Damon Baird. However, this power came at the cost of severe recoil and a short barrel. The Fort Revel Military Museum described the Mark I as
a reliable, fully automatic weapon with a detachable bayonet, bolt assist, and chromed plated bore, suitable for both jungle and urban combat scenarios.
At the dawn of the Locust War, the Mark I's bayonet, once effective against humans, proved ineffectual against the Locust Horde. Its inability to penetrate their thick hides became a critical weakness in close combat, often resulting in broken or deflected blades. Marcus Phoenix reported these issues to his father, Professor Adam Phoenix, who, inspired by Ty Calisso's power saw improvisation, created a prototype with a chainsaw bayonet. This innovation required a complete redesign and marked the beginning of the Lancer's legendary status.
The Mark I Lancer was the standard infantry assault weapon for COG forces during the later decades of the Pendulum Wars, undergoing very few modifications because of its reliability and its tolerance of a wide range of climatic conditions. Its broad bayonet, famed for its intimidating effect on UIR forces, was replaced by an integral chainsaw in the Mark II Lancer after operational experience against Locust. The chainsaw modification, designed by Professor Adam Phoenix a year after emergence, was inspired by Private Ty Calisso 26 RTI, who successfully used a power saw to kill a Locust drone. While the Mark II Lancer resembles the Mark I externally, an almost complete redesign was necessary to accommodate the cutting chain and drive mechanism.
Recognizing these bitter shortcomings during the dark dawn of the Locust War, Marcus Phoenix and Professor Adam Phoenix led a desperate redesign that gave birth to the Mark II Lancer and its now iconic chainsaw bayonet. The Mark I soon faded from the front lines, outshone by the more versatile and deadly Mark II. Yet the Retro Lancer was never truly banished from memory. Years later, 17 years after the devastating sinking of Jacinto, dwindling resources drove battle-weary survivors to dust off old arsenals. Savage locusts scavenged Mark I's, turning them into lifelines, primary weapons, and makeshift turrets. Stranded gangs, battered and resourceful, and even Gears clung to them for defense and desperate traps. Even a generation on, the Retro Lancer endured. Oscar Diaz gripped one as an outsider, and Clayton Carmine brandished it fiercely in the last, harrowing moments of Old Euphoria. In times of utter desperation, such as the mission to Mount Cador Laboratory, legacy Retro Lancers became critical, offering Gears a final chance for survival when all else was lost. Across each era, the Lancer's evolution mirrored the changing demands of war and humanity's relentless fight for survival on Serra. The original Mark I's strengths and flaws set the stage for the innovation and adaptability that would define the Gears of War franchise for generations. The Mark II Lancer's improved accuracy, reduced recoil, and increased ammunition capacity made it the new standard across Serra, quickly becoming a symbol of hope and defiance. The most important, and perhaps only necessary attachment for the Retro Lancer was its standard osmium-coated bayonet. With enough force, a user could impale and kill an opponent during a charge. The bayonet detached to serve as a versatile survival knife for hunting, clearing vegetation, or as a standalone weapon. Though effective against UIR soldiers in the Pendulum Wars, it struggled against the Locust's tougher hides. As Marcus Phoenix bluntly put it,
"These blades are fucking useless. We need something that actually cuts these assholes."
This flaw led to the invention of the chainsaw bayonet and the Retro Lancer's replacement with the Mark II Lancer assault rifle during the Locust War. Another attachment, the Gut Puncher grenade launcher, let users fire single grenades at various ranges, most famously at the Battle of Asphalt Fields. Tactical scopes could also replace the standard iron sights, as Bernadette Mataki showed during the same battle. In gameplay across the later installments, the Retro Lancer serves as the primary weapon for the Vanguard class, featuring a bayonet that enables the bayonet charge ability. This powerful, straight-line attack can instantly kill most enemies, with a 3-turn cooldown. Cliff Bleszinski noted that the original Lancer was included in Gears of War 3 due to popular demand. Collectibles such as scale replicas were available at select GameStops, and a golden variant was sold in the UK. The Retro Lancer made a cameo in Gears of War 2 during Queen Myra's narration of Sarah's history, appearing with Pendulum Wars soldiers. Both the bayonet charge and the Lancer's chainsaw are the game's only instant execution moves. In the Gears of War 3 beta, players could unlock a golden skin for the Retro Lancer by playing 90 matches and defeating 100 enemies. This would then unlock the skin in the whole game. In Gears of War 3, the Retro Lancer's look differs from earlier art. The knife bayonet is straighter with a top slit, and the weapon curves more than before. The shortened in-game barrel aids bayonet charges, as longer barrels could hinder removal after an impalement. New details include war and caution stripes on the gun's back, replacing prior metal bars. The original design still appears in traps in Char, with Stranded in Griffin's camp, and on campaign weapon shelves. Though picking one up switches it to the standard version, the gameplay weapon icon still shows the old Retro Lancer. The Retro Lancer is also one of the few guns the Savage Locust can mount on the multi-turret, alongside the Boomshot grenade launcher and Nasher shotgun. During a retro charge, the ammo counter becomes a bar indicating the remaining charge time. If white, a hit is a melee attack. If red, the enemy is impaled. Players should be aware, the character's war cry can warn foes. In campaign, the Retro Lancer has less recoil than in multiplayer, but similar accuracy. For best results, firing quick 2 or 3 shot bursts. In Gears of War 4, the Retro Lancer gained an ejection port and reciprocating handle, though the rear port position is unrealistic for casing ejection. In multiplayer, it is now a secondary pickup since the Enforcer became a starter gun, which boosted accuracy. Though it's called an assault rifle, its high damage, heavy recoil, and low magazine capacity made it more like a battle rifle. Its replacement by the Mark II mirrors real-world shifts from battle rifles to assault rifles in the mid to late 20th century. The Police Lancer assault rifle was the police's version of the Mark I, primarily used by police and described as lighter and simpler. It was similar to the Army-issue Lancer, likely an earlier Mark I model. During Delta Squad training, Marcus Phoenix's call to
"Fire up your Lancers, Delta,"
inspired Benjamin Carmine and became a symbol of the Gears spirit. The Mark II Lancer assault rifle was built upon the foundations of the Mark I, introducing the revolutionary chainsaw bayonet, enhanced accuracy, reduced recoil, and a larger ammo capacity, though with slightly less firepower than its predecessor. Professor Adam Jonathan Phoenix designed the second-generation Lancer during the first year of the Locust War. It quickly became the primary weapon for Gears across Serra and the backbone of the COG military. By 42 AE, the Mark II was superseded by the Mark III as the COG Army Standard Rifle, a model that drew inspiration from Marcus Phoenix's custom Lancers. The Mark II Lancer assault rifle served as the standard issue firearm for Gears on the front lines. Known as the COG signature weapon, it featured full auto fire and the iconic chainsaw bayonet. which, though designed initially for utility, became infamous for close combat. As one of Serra's most popular rifle designs, the Lancer saw widespread use after the Pendulum Wars. Its longevity stemmed from its rugged reliability and adaptability. While primarily intended for mid-range fighting, its low recoil also made it effective at longer distances. Even though the Locust Horde had their own signature weapon, the Hammerburst assault rifle, some Locust, such as Theron guards and standard drones, were seen wielding the Lancer against COG forces. The Cyclops, a drone variant, was exclusively equipped with the Lancer and frequently used its chainsaw bayonet in battle. The Lancer's transformation to include the chainsaw bayonet stemmed from Marcus and Adam Phoenix's collaboration, inspired by Ty Calisso's improved tactics. Adam Phoenix's prototype entered mass production, making it far easier to defeat Locust enemies. The infamous chainsaw bayonet quickly became its most recognizable feature. In Gears of War 3, the Lancer excels as a support weapon, especially at medium range, and a perfect active reload significantly boosts its damage. Its design supports team play and strategic control in modes like King of the Hill. In the original Gears of War, the Lancer featured a single animation for chainsaw attacks. Gears of War 2 introduced two animations, depending on the angle of approach. Attacking from the front triggers the standard animation. Cutting from the right shoulder to the left side, while attacking from behind, causes the character to flip the Lancer and impale the enemy from below, dragging the blade upward and splitting the target. A victorious flip of the Lancer follows these executions. Gears of War 3 added a unique execution animation. The player flips a downed opponent, stabs the rifle into their chest, and activates the chainsaw, resulting in a graphic display of blood and gore. Gears of War 4 altered this execution, showing the chainsaw being drawn through the enemy's abdomen from the shoulder down. The Lancer serves as the primary weapon for the support class, equipped with its iconic chainsaw bayonet, capable of instantly killing most enemies. With a 3-turn cooldown, several support class abilities revolve around using the chainsaw bayonet. The Mark II Lancer is also featured in the prequel game Gears of War Judgment, despite not being officially created to replace the Mark I until over a year later. The inspiration for the Mark II Lancer's chainsaw bayonet came from Ty Calisso's creative use of a powered saw during the Battle of Jannermont, 1 year after Emergence Day. However, since Gears of War Judgment is set only 2 months after Emergence Day, the regular appearance of the Mark II Lancer is a continuity error in both cutscenes and gameplay. It's likely that, while the weapon may have been in early development, only a few Gears platoons actually had access to it at that stage. The gun is shown to have a semi-automatic firing mode, as demonstrated by Bernie Mataki in the novel Asphalt Fields. However, this is not depicted in the video games. The Lancer was ranked number 1 on Gears of War's top 5 weapons. In Gears of War 2, the Lancer's chainsaw was set further back inside the gun, shortening the grip and creating a design flaw where characters' fingers clipped through the chainsaw. The original Lancer didn't have this problem, and it was resolved in Gears 3. The Lancer in Gears 2 also features a longer barrel and holographic crosshair sights. After extended firing, the barrel glows red and begins to smoke. Players who purchased Limited Edition could unlock a gold Lancer for online use. The Gears of War 2 Limited Edition bonus disc features a documentary in which Cliff Bleszinski describes his lifelong desire to combine a chainsaw with a gun. Although some designers were initially skeptical, they eventually embraced the concept. The Lancer's chainsaw bayonet was so similar to Warhammer 40,000's chain swords and chain bayonets, the Games Workshop filed a copyright claim against Epic Games. The Lancer's ammo capacity has changed over time. In the first game, it could hold 660 rounds with a 60-round magazine. In the second game, this was reduced to 550 rounds with a 50-round magazine. In Gears of War 3, the maximum capacity increased to 600, 420 in Horde 2.0, and returned to a 60-round magazine. Gears of War Judgment kept the 60-round magazine, but capped total ammunition at 420. In Gears of War 4, the magazine size dropped again to 50 rounds with a maximum of 550, except for the custom Lancer, which has a 60-round magazine and a 560-round maximum. The Lancer was once available as an Xbox Live avatar prop in both steel and gold, but these items, like other gun-like props, were removed on January 1st, 2012 due to Microsoft's new policy. A weapon blueprint shows the Lancer's magazine holds 4 rows of 14 rounds, 2 at the back and 2 at the front, and depicts both the firing mechanism and the operation of the chainsaw bayonet. A gap in the middle of the magazine keeps the chainsaw spinning, even with a full load. For years, the Lancer lacked a proper ejection port. In-game, spent rounds would fly out the side. This issue was fixed in Gears of War 4, which introduced ambidextrous ejection ports for all Lancer variants. When firing, the large disc on the magazine well, lit by a blue light, rotates with each round. Starting with Gears of War 2, the barrel extends beyond the chainsaw bayonet, which realistically would make chainsaw attacks difficult or risky due to the weapon's barrel. The custom Lancer, designed by Marcus Phoenix, is a modified Mark II Lancer assault rifle. Its enhancements include a more angular magazine without a lock well, a slightly longer barrel, additional illumination, a rearward ejecting port, a wooden stock, and a tactical flashlight mounted on the right side of the barrel. Like the original, it retains the integrated chainsaw bayonet. The custom Lancer makes its debut in Gears of War 4. After Anya's death, Marcus Phoenix left the main house of the Stroud estate and began several defensive projects. Among these were building a hidden armory and an escape tunnel, as well as designing an upgraded version of the Mark II Lancer. Drawing on his extensive experience with and development of the Mark II, Marcus sought to refine its basic design by addressing both its strengths and weaknesses. Marcus avoided drastic changes, keeping the Mark II's reliable features such as the holographic sight and chainsaw bayonet. While the Mark II offered lower recoil and better accuracy than the Mark I, Marcus further improved precision by adding a longer metal barrel and a gun stock of gunmetal and treated wood to enhance recoil control. Because standard issue weapons lacked flashlights, Marcus fitted a tactical flashlight to the right side of the rifle, which would activate automatically in darkness and could be detached if necessary. To address the Mark II's tendency to jam while firing or reloading, a problem caused by the lock well required for the box magazine, Marcus eliminated the lock well. He developed a more efficient reloading system and designed a staggered feed metal magazine with the same capacity that remained in place without a lock well. Additionally, he incorporated a rearward ejection port into the firing mechanism to further reduce jams. After developing these modifications, Marcus constructed several custom Lancers and stored them throughout the estate. When his son, James Dominic Phoenix, returned home seeking help, Marcus equipped him and his allies with custom Lancers and COG armor to fight against Mina Jin and her DB army. Marcus and Damon Baird later collaborated to integrate these modifications into new Lancer models. These rifles entered production in 42 AE as a Mark III Lancer assault rifle, replacing the Mark II as the COG Army standard issue weapon. Despite helping design the new rifles, Marcus continued to use his own custom Lancer. The custom Lancer is available as a legendary weapon skin for the Mark II Lancer assault rifle. Like the Mark II, it holds 50 rounds and can store up to 500. The flashlight is not included in the skin. Early gameplay trailers for Gears of War 4 referred to the Lancer as the Lancer Mark III. In Act 2, custom Lancers are found throughout Marcus Phoenix's hidden armory and the Stroud estate, clearly marked when approached by the player. Players can unlock an achievement by carrying the same Lancer given by Marcus to the end of Chapter 5, Act 2. In Gears 5, the custom Lancer is only available when Marcus is in the squad. The Mark III Lancer assault rifle represents the third generation of Lancer rifles, introduced as the standard issue firearm for the Coalition of Ordered Government's army in 42 AE. Unlike the Mark II, which was a total redesign of the Mark I, the Mark III is considered an upgrade rather than a complete overhaul. Designed by Damon Baird and Marcus Phoenix, the Mark III incorporates features from Marcus's custom Lancers. These included a more angular magazine without a lock well, slightly longer barrel, additional affiliation lights, a rearward-facing ejection port, a lighter metal stock instead of the previous wooden one, and a larger holographic sight. Together, these changes made the Mark III a more ergonomic weapon than the stockless Mark II Lancer assault rifle. The Mark III was the first Lancer manufactured in 2 variants, the standard version, which kept the chainsaw bayonet, and the tactical Lancer GL variant, equipped with a grenade launcher. Beyond its visual updates and improved ergonomics, The Mark III Lancer assault rifle maintains the handling characteristics of earlier models. It serves as a reliable starting weapon, effective at close to medium range, and features a large magazine. The signature chainsaw bayonet remains a hallmark, ensuring its effectiveness in close quarters combat. However, its stopping power falls short of that of the long-range Hammerburst II and the close-range Mark I Lancer assault rifle or Enforcer submachine gun. As a result, the Mark III is a more balanced and versatile choice. Its execution animation remains essentially unchanged from previous models. The Mark III starts with 180 rounds, significantly fewer than the 300 rounds of its predecessor, though it retains the same maximum capacity of 420 rounds. This reduction was implemented to better balance gameplay following the introduction of the Enforcer submachine gun and Talon auto pistol. The Lancer GL assault rifle, developed by Damon Baird during the Swarm invasion, is the tactical variant of the Mark III. Designed for more intense battles, it offered a portable, versatile artillery option compared to the heavier mortar. Unlike the standard Mark III, the GL variant replaces the chainsaw bayonet with an underbarrel grenade launcher capable of firing laser-guided micro-grenade clusters. This version uses a smaller cartridge, resulting in a larger magazine and faster rate of fire. After collaborating with Marcus Phoenix on the Mark III Lancer, Baird began developing a new tactical variant. This model featured a shorter barrel, a tactical laser, and an upgraded firing mechanism for a higher rate of fire. The most significant change was the removal of the chainsaw bayonet, replaced by an underbarrel grenade launcher inspired by the COG mortar. The new Lancer GLs were first deployed during the evacuation of Settlement 2, when Augustus Cole, James Dominic Phoenix, and Delmont Walker discovered them in a weapons cache. 4 months later, Kate and Del brought Lancer GLs to Riftworm Village, hoping to persuade the village chief and Kate's uncle, Oscar Diaz, to rejoin the COG army. Security confiscated the weapons and stored them at the first checkpoint's armory, where they may have been recovered during the siege of Riftworm Village. Later in Vasgar, Kate and Del once again carried Lancer GLs upon reaching the Nomad camp at Vasgar Air International. JD joined them, also equipped with the Lancer GL. During the Battle of Old Etheria, all three continued to wield the weapon as they deployed the Hammer of Dawn, targeting beacons. Compared to the Mark III Lancer, the GL variant excels at attacking groups of enemies and those hiding behind cover. Thanks to its integrated grenade launcher, the Lancer GL is versatile, most effective at close to medium range due to its higher rate of fire and lower recoil. The grenade launcher further extends its utility for engaging distant or entrenched targets. The grenade launcher animation tilts the weapon to activate its laser designator. The targeting system marks an area and, when fired, launches a fire and forget salvo, similar to a mortar, that doesn't require a constant line of sight. The player can move freely after firing. The launcher deploys a cluster of smart munitions in a high arc, causing splash damage over a wide area, making it ideal for hitting enemies behind cover or in groups. Since the launcher replaces the Lancer's usual chainsaw, it lacks an instant kill melee attack. In multiplayer, the Lancer GL starts with 160 rounds and 3 grenade salvos, and can reach a maximum of 440 rounds and 3 salvos. It holds less total ammo than the Mark III Lancer, but benefits from a larger magazine due to its smaller cartridges. Ammo boxes replenish rifle rounds, while only another Lancer GL can supply grenades. For its execution move, the weapon is jammed into the back of a downed enemy, and the grenade launcher is fired, sending the opponent flying across the map before detonating. The Lancer GL acts as a spiritual successor to the mortar, thanks to its cluster ammo and artillery-style firing. In Gears Hivebusters, players usually begin each level with the Lancer GL. Jeremiah Keegan's ultimate upgrade from Chapter 2 enables reloading for both the grenade launcher and primary gun, making the Lancer GL especially valuable for Keegan. The Lancer's iconic status only grew with each new conflict. On the battlefield, It was the backbone of the COG military, renowned for reliability in every engagement, from mid-range shootouts to desperate close-quarters brawls. Its reputation for power even attracted some Locusts, including Theron guards and Cyclops, to wield the weapon themselves. Throughout its history, the Lancer adapted with new grips, barrels, sights, and features to meet the realities of combat. Its legend was built on the battlefield, especially through its signature chainsaw executions, a staple of the franchise and a symbol of power. Beyond the digital battlefield, the Lancer's reputation soared. It became a staple of merchandise, inspiring creative projects, and drawing both admiration and scrutiny for its design. Though the Lancer's stats and features changed from game to game, it remained instantly recognizable, a fixture of gaming culture and forever the symbol of Gears of War's gritty world. The cultural legacy of Gears of War, and the Lancer itself, continues to shape how players, critics, and game designers think about interactive entertainment. More than just a digital firearm, the Lancer represents the power of creative design to transcend its medium, forging a lasting connection with fans and inspiring countless tributes and imitations. As both a gameplay tool and pop culture icon, the Lancer captures the essence of Gears of War: bold, memorable, and uncompromisingly original. Its roar will echo for generations, ensuring its place among the most celebrated creations in gaming history.